Why does this feel different than this? There's more than one answer to this question, but it might be something that's easier to feel than describe. It's the texture. Sometimes you look at a painting or photograph and you can almost feel the surface, even though you know you can't actually touch it. This is the image's visual texture, sometimes called implied texture, which is a fundamental element of art that refers to the perceived surface quality of a work of art. Unlike physical textures you can actually run your hand over, like the rough bronze of a sculpture, or the soft fur of an animal. Ever notice how some images just feel more real, more nostalgic, more touchable? That's the power of visual texture, an illusion that makes you feel something through sight alone. Even though this digital art is a flat image on your computer screen, it feels gritty or rough. If we denoise the image, it loses that feeling. On the flip side, let's take this smooth Apple ad and add some texture and grain to it. Not so polished and smooth anymore. Film grain doesn't just add noise, it adds emotion, grit, realism. It's one of the reasons why, even though we have digital cameras that can basically see in the dark, directors like Christopher Nolan and Wes Anderson still shoot their movies on the much more expensive film. And it's why a quick Google search for film overlays will get you hundreds of responses. Similarly, these Van Gogh paintings feel almost like they're moving. He uses circular and energetic lines to create his work, varying the thickness to create a layered, textured look, as if the brushstrokes and paint are coming right off the canvas. But this piece by Pete Mondrian feels so static. What you see is what you get. What if Piet had created Starry Night? It might look more like this. Now this is feel. And in animation, timing is more than just math, it's texture. Most films are recorded and shown in 24 frames a second, 24 images for 1 second of animation. But in the early days of animation, it was far too expensive and time-consuming to draw every single one of those frames. So animators at studios like Disney would draw at 12 frames a second, referred to as animating on twos, resulting in 2 duplicate frames. Nowadays, with the use of computers, animation at any frame rate is possible. But while 3D animation was getting more and more realistic, one movie did the opposite, and influenced animation as a whole. In Into the Spider-Verse, the production team had a guiding mantra while working on the film: embrace any imperfections that work. Miles is learning how to be Spider-Man. He's uncertain, rough, and this is reflected in his animation, which is on 2s, and sometimes even 3s. But Peter Parker has been Spider-Man for a while. He's more confident, and his movement is smoother, animated on 1s. Same scene, same world, different timing. That's texture through time. One is precise, the other has feel. Let's look at the Apple commercial from earlier. Notice how smooth the animation is, mirroring the sleek, simple design of their products. Let's limit the frame rate to 12 FPS and animate it on 2s. Doesn't feel so polished now. That's texture through time. Sound doesn't just fill space, it creates texture. Just like touch or sight, but for your ears. Audio texture describes how a sound feels using descriptive words like crunchy, warm, smooth, glitchy, or thick. In The Revenant, the snow doesn't just crunch, it screams cold, isolation, and danger. And in A Quiet Place, silence is the texture. No music, no sound effects, just tension. Or we could take a look at EDM music. You don't just hear a dubstep drop, you feel it. It's not just one sound, it's a stack, a collage of textures. Producers shape bass to sound metallic, buzzing, growling, or scraping. That's intentional distortion, texture by design. And before the drop, the synths swell and the bass fades away, and then it all cuts to silence. So when the drop hits, it feels that much heavier. So why does the choppy animation of Miles Morales feel so different compared to other modern cartoons? It's not more realistic, it's not technically better, it just has more texture, in time, in sight, in sound. Texture is the friction between perfection and imperfection, and now that you've seen it, you can't unsee it. So go back to your favorite movie, your favorite song, the painting that you can't stop thinking about, and ask yourself, where's the texture? Is it visual, audible, or is it the timing? Texture isn't just what you see, it's what you feel.